everyone. So today I'm trying out a new type of reading where I'll be talking about what's the root cause of my physical ailment. This can be your physical ailment or your loved one's physical ailment, a disease, a disorder, a metabolic instability. It can range to from like a really wide variety, and if you guys enjoy this and if you feel this is helpful, I'll post more and more of these readings. So the basic idea here is that in any disease that happens or physical condition that happens to the body, it actually can be traced down to a mind belief. For example, if let's say you are diabetic, now that is universe's way of really showing it to you in the physical reality that this belief within you needs attention. Now, generally how we deal with diseases is we take the medicine, go to the doctor and try to fix it that way in the physical aspect. Now what that does is it will help you stabilize the disease, or it will put a quick fix, will try to put a quick fix on it through surgery or through medicine and all of that. But the thing is, even if you are able to manage and live with that disease, it can very easily be passed on to the next generations if it's not healed in its root cause, which is the mind belief that eventually led to the physical disease. So let's say another example would be, how people have brain hemorrhage, and they say that they have this that's a physical condition that runs in their family to have brain hemorrhage. Now this is because the beliefs and the thought patterns get passed down generation by generation without evolving much. And even if you are able to manage the disease at your level, it is very much possible that it will be passed down the lineage and will affect your grandchildren. So it's best not only for you but also for your future generations to address this belief, the root cause of any physical disease, and trace it to the thought pattern that led to it. And then once you rewrite that thought pattern, you start seeing improvements not only within yourself, but you also are doing your future generations a favor in a way, okay? So obviously this will be a very I will not be targeting exactly, okay, this is the disease, but I will be talking about a general idea about where it may be affecting you right now, and what is the mind belief that manifested that physical disease for you, and how you can start healing that, what steps and changes you can take to prevent that from happening in the future. So I have made this rough human body diagram here, which I will be using later. But the 3 piles to choose from is pile number 1. We have this girl and we have 2 people behind her, and this girl is at a distance from these 2 people, and I feel this is more talking about like the hereditary diseases is what I feel. Then pile number 2, we have this headphone. I will not be saying much about, because I don't want to influence your intuition right now too much, so I'll just not say too much about the charms right now. But that is for pile number 2. And finally for pile number 3, we have this shelf, and there are stuff on the shelf, ball and plant and all of that. So use your intuition to pick one of the 3 piles, and what I'll do next is I will use my intuition to find a spot on this paper where the disease or physical ailment might be, and then we'll talk about what is the root cause of it. So hopefully you guys will find this helpful as well as interesting, and And I want to send you all so much love and healing, those of you who are experiencing these physical ailments, and just want to send everybody a big hug. And it can be really hard especially when we're not aware of what actually led to it, and we can feel lost, but I just want everybody to know that everything happens for a reason, and it's just an experience. Don't take it too seriously. Even though it may be painful, it is teaching us something, and hopefully we can learn and evolve from these tough experiences in life. So without further ado, I will skip ahead to the 3 piles now, and you'll find the timestamps for each of the piles in the description box below. Welcome. Pile number 1. Those of you who chose this charm of the girl with 2 people behind her, I will now use my intuition to find the place that which is affecting you right now. What is affecting pile number 1? What is the physical ailment or disease? Okay, so we stopped here for pile number 1. And this is very close to the brain here. And this is something I was not doing consciously. My eyes were closed, and I was just rotating the pen in whichever place felt like it was for 1. I stopped there, and apparently it has to do with the brain, the mind. Now this brain, as I was talking earlier, can be anything related to like anxiety, depression, could even mean tumor, hemorrhage, and all of that. Anything that is related to the mind brain area might be affected. You or your loved ones may be experiencing this because we'll see what has led to this. So we'll see what mind belief or imbalances have led to the physical ailment for pile 1. Okay, so I'll be using my inner balancing oracle and seeing what are the imbalances for pile 1. What imbalances for pile 1? What are the imbalances? Okay, so I have some idea as to what it is. I'll just take one more card from the Soul Lessons deck. What has led to pile 1's physical ailments? What has led to pile 1's physical ailments? So the basic idea that I am getting here for you, pile number 1, that this issue with the brain or the mind, anxiety, depression, all of that has to do in regards to, you may feel like you have a very short attention span. You switch things in your mind very quickly without seeing them through. You may feel like you don't dive deep enough, and you keep switching things one after the other. Now this is very common when we're feeling anxious. We just try to rush in from one thing to the other without really understanding what to do next, because we want to do everything or nothing. We're just in a state of mess in the mind, and that's what this is saying, like a very short attention span. Now, the root cause of whatever physical ailment you may be experiencing or your loved ones may be experiencing has to do with this pattern of not being in the present fully, trying to do everything all at once, or feeling so overwhelmed to the point of not doing anything at all. So that may be one of the imbalances. The other imbalance that I'm seeing here is that there is a sort of blockage here in regards to how you perceive things through the mind. Now, there may be a little bit of rigidity in regards to, because we have clairvoyance and we have open and we have mind, all are regarding the crown area, third eye space, and all of them have to do with balancing the like when we are too heavily grounded, when we are too heavily invested in the physical aspect of life, the crown chakra area and the mind chakra area, the pineal gland, and which is called the spiritual center of the body, because that's what picks up all the signals and information. The third eye, the pineal gland, is called the third eye. So that gets calcified when we are not having enough, when we are not following our inspirations, I would say, when we are too fearful of following our inspirations and choosing a more safe comfort zone path in life. That's what kind of blocks and calcifies the pineal gland, and that's what I'm seeing for pile number 1, is choosing a very safe route, not allowing yourself to follow your inspirations, stopping yourself from doing anything that's out of your comfort zone, not allowing yourself to expand mentally, being a little rigid in your beliefs. One of the things can be like not putting in the effort to expand the consciousness, understand the full side of the truth. Now, everybody has one side of the truth, and when we are too stuck in our own ways, in thinking that only we know the truth and the other person, what they are saying is completely bullshit, that's when we stop ourselves from expanding. That's when we become really rigid in our own narrow perspective, narrow mind, and we are unable to integrate the other's perspective within ourselves. So this is a lot talking about expansion of the mind. You may be very set in your ways, or you may think that you don't want to change yourself in any way, you don't want to come out of your comfort zone in any way, you are very happy where you are, and that is sort of a belief that is based out of fear, because of the fear of the unknown, fear of doing a little differently or thinking a little differently. There's a lot of fear in regards to that, and not wanting to dive deeper in trying to understand the deeper meanings in life is also one of the underlying themes here. What is the root cause for pile 1's physical ailment? So what I feel here with what I got here was output, version, emotion. I feel there is, with all this blue here, there is also a lack of self-expression, a lack of true expression. Then you may love to talk, but that may not be coming out of the heart space, the throat area chakra. Not channeling high vibrational thoughts and patterns and emotions can be one of the reasons as well. Whatever you are putting out, how authentic is it to you? What's the root cause of pile ones? Tender, correspond, employ. You may have spent a lot of your life being very harsh on yourself, restricting yourself in a lot of ways from doing a lot of things, and your inner dialogue may have been very harsh. You may have been always the one to want to really at the cost of your health. You would have gone above and beyond to achieve a goal or win a prize or get a certain title or certain rank, if that resonates. There was a lot of harshness on yourself because you thought that your self-worth was dependent on titles, and you thought that if I am going to receive validation and appreciation from other people, I need to achieve all of this. And so there was a lot of harsh inner dialogue that you kept channeling for yourself that was not so tender, not so kind towards yourself, and it was not respectful to yourself as well. You would not, that was not honoring your emotions, your truth, not honoring that you don't need to achieve something to feel worthy. You are already worthy of everything that you want in life, and whether other people can appreciate it or not, you have to do that for yourself. This is talking about a lot of unrest and anxiety about taking risks. You may have followed a very traditional path that you thought is going to be least risky, or you may have taken risks and luckily you ended up in a place where you wanted to, but you were like, I'm not doing it anymore, sort of a dialogue, because I've had enough. I don't like taking risks, I don't like challenges, I don't like unknown, and it makes me anxious, and I'm gonna stick to what I know and not expand myself beyond it. So that may have also led to you blocking your crown chakra area and your mind. There's a very strong emphasis on a very right and wrong sort of a mentality, like having very strong opinions of this is right and this is wrong, and not understanding the full truth of the situation, that things don't have to be right or wrong, things are just as they are. It is a personal preference how people go about it. So there is a lot of black and white, extreme behaviors, extreme erratic energies, very unstable energy when it comes to thoughts, like suddenly zit, like suddenly there is a sudden surge of happiness, sudden surge of sorrow, sort of. There is a lack of inner stability here with the unrest. What can pile 1 do to evolve from this? Illusion, exceed, walk. Basically, the guidance for pile 1 is to become curious about the illusions that they have been living with. What are those illusions? What is the truth? What is the illusion? Why am I behaving in certain ways? What is the root of that? Why am I not happy, or why did this disease happen? What could be the reason? What could be the deeper reason? What have been the patterns in family that I feel are not healthy? What can I change within myself to be more at peace and be more happier? Basically understanding all the illusions, and those generally relate to all self-doubt, victim energy, and lack mindset based thought patterns. So becoming aware of those illusions and replacing them with, consciously making a choice to replace them with truths and choosing to be authentic in all circumstances, not just thinking it, not just saying it, but being those healthy beliefs. There is a need to evolve the core belief patterns that have been passed on from the ancestry. There is a need to reevaluate everything that you have associated your identity with. There is a need for a very deep self-analysis here, pile number one, and it has to do with your core beliefs and what has been taught to you and what you have been conditioned to believe. Are you open to see the truth, or are you too comfortable in your own reality and not willing to see beyond it? Because that's what has caused this in the first place. So that was quite heavy and intense, pile number one, but it was what came out today, and hopefully this has helped in some ways, and I'll see you guys later. Welcome, pile number two. Those of you who chose the headphones, I feel this can either have to do with whatever two we have, either this is eyes or lungs or kidneys, whatever pair of organs we have in the body, this may be related to that, or it could directly mean relating to the ears. But let me go ahead and do the exercise where I intuitively go ahead and pick which body part is pile 2 affected by. Okay, so we did get the kidney area here. So definitely this has to do with, this can mean kidney stones, this could mean anything in regards to your removal of toxins from the body, related to this area, the lower body area. I don't feel it has to do with the reproductive organs as much as it has to do with the intestines and the kidney area. So let me go ahead and see what are the imbalances here first. What are pile number 2's imbalances? What are pile number 2's imbalances? This has to do with a lot with, so we have go within, surrender, and we have energy. You are in control of your energy. And we have logic, too rational, but I feel I want to get one final card for pile number 2. What is the root cause for pile number 2's physical ailment? What is the root cause for pile number 2's physical ailment? Okay, we got a lot, but I am going to say, I'm gonna take it again. Just got too many. Okay, so we have a responsibility here. Okay, and we have conflict resolution. I feel with this, the imbalance that's causing this lower body area issues has to do with you trying to, and I'm not putting it out there, take it only if it resonates, and I'm just channeling without thinking, so I'll just channel whatever comes to me and just take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest. But what is coming here for pile number 2, the reason for these lower body kidney related issues may be because of you perhaps feel like you have to worry about a lot of things. You feel like you have a lot of responsibility on you, and you feel really you don't really like the feeling when you are not in control. Let me just get a final card and then I will dive deeper. What is the root cause for pile number 2's health issues? What is the root cause? Okay, so choices made in fear and illusion of external reality. I need to stop focusing on what is and start focusing on what can be true. So what this is saying for me, pile number 2, is that perhaps you feel very frazzled when it comes to leaving things onto the universe. You have this innate sense of distrust that you have to make everything happen on your own. You have this idea that universe is not going to give anything to you. You have to fight for it. You have to go and get it for yourself. And you don't like the idea of just letting things be. You feel like you need to control every little aspect of your reality, external reality, instead of focusing on within and surrendering. You feel like you have to control the little things in life so that everything is just how you want it to be. And whenever there is this sudden changes, or universe throws some situation at you, you get really frazzled and you feel that's a very not good feeling that you get. You don't surrender in those moments. You try to fight back with what the universe is giving to you at the time, and that's what's the main root cause of whatever issues you may be facing. Let me get some more details on what is the root cause of the physical ailment for pile number 2. Safety. Park. So what I'm getting here is you feel unsafe. Like this guy here, he feels like everything is just, the asteroids are just hitting him from left, right and center, and he doesn't feel safe so in the universe he lives in the wherever he is on the raft, wherever he is parked currently, he doesn't feel safe. And that feeling of lack of safety in your environment, like you feel like something is not safe. Either you feel that the people around you are always conspiring against you, or you cannot trust the people around you, or you feel like your finances, you cannot trust, don't have a stable income, and you cannot trust, and you feel like at any point your situation can change, and you cannot sit still feeling happy and safe in the present. And that's what's causing all the kidney problems, the kidney stones, or whatever other issues in this area you may be having at this time, pile number 2. And this is talking about not taking all the responsibility on yourselves for making things work out. Now, the reason why you may be having such a strong reaction towards things not working out your way is because perhaps you have this belief that in order to be happy I need this much money, or in order to be happy I need this and this done. And that's what the universe is trying to change you to see here, that you don't need this and this to be happy. And when you need something, the universe will give it to you. Understanding that we are here as co-creators, with co being an important aspect. What the universe wants you to learn from this, and how you will be able to heal this generational trauma and the ailments, is by learning to surrender, is by learning to go within, setting out your intentions, doing everything within that you can, setting out the intentions, doing your half of the action, like not overdoing or underdoing, doing a healthy amount of work towards what you want. Let's say, let's take the example of, let's say you are applying, you want to have a job, some job, okay? Now your part in this scenario would be to first visualize what type of setting you would like to place yourself in, whether it's going to be an outdoorsy work, or whether it's going to be like a cabin, you want to sit in a cabin or office and do your work. So firstly, visualizing what most feels good to you, not allowing your ego mind to interfere here too much by thinking that, okay, I need to do this. Instead, thinking what I want to do. If you want to be an artist, being honest with yourself and asking for it, because let's not go into those details here because I'm giving a different example, but your part here is to visualize first. Secondly, put in little conscious effort, like searching out for the different types of opportunities that you can see, then exploring a little bit over here and there, and then going and giving the interview. Now that much part comes under the healthy amount of responsibility you are taking. When you start obsessing over, oh no, I was not good here, or I did not do enough here, or let's do this also and let's go here also, even if, like, if you want an outdoor job but you're saying let's apply indoor job also because I want to have more options, and there's nothing wrong with that, but doing it out of fear is wrong. If you have that sort of intention that I am not quite sure and I will explore and see what is best for me, then that applying for both types of jobs is fine. But if you're doing it out of fear, thinking that, oh, I'm not good enough, let me apply for here and here and here and here and everywhere so that I get at least one. Now that sort of a mindset is a lack mindset, where you are trying to manipulate sort of your situations externally, or you are trying to bribe the person, or you're trying to get somebody to recommend you because you are insecure whether you're gonna get something or not. So trying to forcefully get something is where the obsession parts comes in, is where you are encroaching upon the universe's side of aligning things for you. So you have to do your half and the universe will do the universe's half. Like, you have to apply where you feel is right for you, and then universe will arrange the rest half for you and give you the best opportunity that is for you. If you don't get for these three, suppose you applied for 3 places and you didn't get there, that means that was not a right fit for you. Doesn't mean you are not good enough or anything like that, or trying to control and manipulate people to try and get those 3 options for you. That leads you off track from your soul's purpose. And so you have to put in a healthy amount of effort towards your manifestations, and that's what is creating all of this problems here, is you putting an excessive amount of control or obsession over your desires. And so here the universe is recommending you how you will balance out these issues is by restraining a little, is by learning to surrender, is by going within and telling yourself what is meant for me will find me in the right time, not trying to make things happen before it's ready, or forcing other people to do things they are not feeling ready for. So that sort of forceful, controlling energy over obsessive, putting in like trying to get it by all means sort of a mentality is what is causing these imbalances in this area here. So pile number 2, that's all that I'm seeing. Let me get a final message. What does pile 2 need to know about the physical ailment? Yes, you need to be a little more flexible. You need to work with the universe, not try to control the universe, you know. Do your half and let the universe do its half. What else is coming through for pile number 2 here? Team, debate, keep. Yes. You have to team up with the universe is what it's saying here. Perhaps in the past you felt the need to Like, let's say if you're pursuing a romantic partner and they're not quite into you, you would try to overcompensate and try and get their attention and do everything in your power to get them to be with you, sort of a thing. Or let's say if you have kids and you want them to get married, perhaps in the past you would go out of your way to fix them up with somebody forcefully. So that sort of a thing is where the imbalance pops in, and that's what is causing these issues, because the universe wants you to see the balance of things. And perhaps that's why we have here the balance. These two need to be balanced. Perhaps you're doing too much here and you're trying to overdo things here, and the universe wants you to know that you have to learn to surrender in most of the situations. You do your part and then leave the rest to the universe. If it works out, then it was for your highest good, otherwise it was not. Now, when I mean the universe, I mean your subconscious self. We have a conscious self and we have a subconscious self. The conscious self is very much based on the brain, the ego, the social conditioning, how we have been brought up. And the subconscious is your higher self, which knows the ultimate truth of what is best for you. And there is a disconnect here because we sometimes are not aligned with our higher selves, and then we try to forcefully get things out of fear. And that's what's causing the issues here for pile number 2. And I will wrap up your reading here, and I hope it was something you found helpful. I'm sorry if it appeared a little harsh, but I was just channeling without thinking. So I apologize if I triggered anybody here, but I really wanted to help everybody, and that's why I did this reading. And let me know if you enjoyed it or if you found it helpful. I will do more of such readings in the future, and I'll see you guys later. Welcome, pile number 3. Those of you who chose this cupboard shelf with some objects on it. I feel this reminds me of the spinal cord section. Yeah, definitely reminds me of the spinal cord section. Let me go ahead and see if we get any specifics here as to which area of the body we may be talking about for pile number 3. What area is affected for pile number 3? I feel, yeah, because it starts from the brain here. What I feel here is it has to do with the nervous system, the spinal cord, the central nervous system, sort of, I feel, is what I'm getting here. Let's see what are the imbalances that you may be experiencing here. Pile number 3. What imbalances are causing this physical ailment? Okay, definitely. I feel like this has to do with taking action. Definitely. What is the imbalance that is causing this physical ailment? Limited perception. What's the imbalance that's causing this physical ailment? Stuck in a rut and self-doubt. Yeah. Let's get one more card from the Soul Lessons deck and see what is causing the physical ailment for pile number 3. What's the root cause of this physical ailment for pile number 3? What's causing the physical ailment for pile number 3? So what is coming strongly here for pile number 3 is that a lack of courage and faith is what is ultimately leading to the physical ailments that are related with the spinal cord, the nervous system, um, the bone area also. I feel there may be certain rigidity as well here. So what I feel is, whenever you have to make a choice to take some action, you hold yourself back because you're too afraid of making the wrong choice, or doing something that the consequences you may not like. So what ends up happening is you don't take any action at all, and that's what's causing the issues here. Not taking any action, just letting things go without, like, sort of almost turning a blind eye to your choices in life, because you're so scared that you'll make a wrong choice that you don't make a choice at all, sort of, is what I'm getting. What do we need to know about pile number 3's physical ailments? Terminal feast shiver. What this is showing me is, when you have to take a road and when you reach the end, you don't know what the outcome is going to be, and that really scares you a lot. There is a lot of fear of not knowing the consequences of certain choices and paths in life, and you try to minimize risk and do what everybody else expects you to do, because you don't have faith that if you did what you wanted to do, it will turn out right. So that is the sort of mind belief that is limiting you, a lack of trust in yourself and your own intuition. You would rather do things that other people tell you to do because you're so scared that your actions will not lead you to your success. When if you go against everybody, you feel like if you you fail, then nobody's gonna be by your side and they're gonna laugh at you, and you want to avoid that at all costs. So you end up just following what other people ask you to do or think you should be doing. What do we need to know about pile 3's physical ailment? It feels like there is a part of you that's really, you have locked up inside. You have blocked yourself from thinking your own thoughts, or you're afraid to be any different or do any different, because you may be a sort of person who feels like if they can keep the peace, they can keep the peace of the situation by just doing what everybody else is asking them to do, whether they feel from inside it's right or not. They feel like it is their job to keep the peace in the situation, not stir things up, or not create any conflicts, or go against what their ancestors tell them to do or the people around them tell them to do. It's you feel like what the people have to say around you is more important than what you feel for yourself, and there is a lot of need to understand your own truth here, to understand your own thoughts, your own feelings, to explore yourself, to learn to trust yourself here. Pile number 3, that's the main thing that's coming through. Learning to trust yourself over others, knowing that you know what's best for you. Nobody else can tell you what's best for you. They may tell you what will take care of your survival needs or what is the logical, rational thing to do, but that's not the best advice for you. Even if other people mean well around you, even if they have a lot of experience and they mean well and you look up to them or whatever, they still cannot tell you what's best for you. Only you can. Pile number 3, and that's what's causing these issues here, is lack of faith in oneself. You feel like you don't want to rebel against the people around you. We got quote strike breaker. If you feel too scared that if you chose your own path and did your own thing, going against what everybody else has to say, you are very afraid of the consequences, that if you failed, there's a lot of if doubts, that if you failed, people will laugh. If you fail, you will not be able to win their trust back, or they may not like you anymore, or all of that. So you are choosing other people over yourself here, pile number 3. What is pile number 3's physical ailment related to? Progressive pressure article. You feel like the people around you, or the people you are surrounded with, they have very conventional, traditional thoughts, and they are very orthodox and very rigid in their own ways. And if you choose to do anything different, there will be a lot of pressure on you, and you just want to, because you want to avoid the sort of pressure and the conflict that it will cause in you following your own way, you just give up on yourself. A part of you give up, and you just do what others tell you to do, and that's eating you up from inside, pile number 3. It's not healthy for you to do that. We have prison, sleep, inspire. You have imprisoned yourself here. You have imprisoned your soul, when your soul is really nudging you to feel inspired and do things your own way. I'm not saying be over rebellious and say that everybody else is wrong, but you need to know that everybody else is also not right, and you have to explore and try things out, and need to have faith that where your heart is leading you is the right way for you, that is what is going to bring you success, not what other people think or tell you will bring you success. What other people tell you will give you some sort of false security in your life. It will give you some stability, in the sense that you'll be able to take care of your needs, but you will be not happy, because you will not be being true to yourself, to your unique self, what you came here to do. You're imprisoning your soul and crushing your inspirations, and that's what's causing these issues here, pile number 3. What's the guidance for pile number 3? What I'm getting here is resist, God, bomb. There is a need to stop resisting your own inner nudges and go and set out what your inspirations are telling you to do, to break all chains and set yourself free from this prison that you have put yourself in, to cut cords with the people who try to limit you and restrict you, as well as your own thought patterns that stop you from pursuing your dreams, that tell you that dreams cannot come true and it's just a fantasy. And that's how you convince yourself from stopping yourself from following your inspirations. You feel like this is how real life is, this is how things are meant to be. We just need to compromise and settle in one place and not try out new things. That is the sort of self-illusion you are putting yourself in here, and there is a need to break all chains and set yourself free and not fear so much about what will happen. If you stay stuck in the doubts, then you are not living your life experience to the fullest. And one thing the universe assures us is that whatever your truest heart's desires are, you may fail at it initially and multiple times, but eventually you are meant to receive that by removing all the blockages. And one of the blockages is this self-doubt and if and buts. This is one of the major blocks that stands in between you and your dreams coming true. And I just want you to know, pile number 3, that nobody else is stopping you from living your dreams. You have to take the courage to take action towards your own dreams. You have to take responsibility for yourself to make your dreams happen. Others will give you some safe route to feel for you to feed yourself in this lifetime, but that's not a fulfilling life experience. And yes, when you follow your heart, there will be bumps down the road, but it is the tolerance and resistance and faith in the universe that you have to keep on trying and keep on exploring and keep on fulfilling yourself with whatever your dreams are, taking steps towards your dreams, not giving up on yourself and not distrusting in the fact that our dreams can come true. Any final messages for pile number 3? Minimize alarm hold. The guidance for you is to reduce the negative self-talk, reduce the thought patterns that a negative outcome can happen. Know that you have the power to manifest the possibilities as well. So if you self-sabotage by thinking all the negative outcomes and not giving energy to the positive outcomes, you are stopping yourself there. Pile number 3. Give energy, visualize positive outcomes, that if you do this, things will work out, because I am the co-creator of my reality. Why will they not work out? Yes, they may be bumps, but that is only helping me manifest my desire even more. It's increasing my tolerance even more. It's helping me learn something new, and that will help me down the line as I'm achieving my dream. So having that sort of a positive mindset and trust in yourself and the universe is very important here. And that's what's gonna help you resolve whatever physical ailments you may be experiencing or your loved ones may be experiencing at this time. And I will wrap up your reading here, and I hope that was helpful in some ways. And if you enjoyed it, please let me know, and I'll see you guys later.